Hi everyone, welcome to the True My Tarot channel. My name is Juhi. For you who don't know me yet, welcome. I hope you're all doing well. We just moved into a new moon cycle in Pisces. We're moving from fire into water, and I feel it is bringing some cooling down, some calming down, and where we have possibly been a little bit more outward focused. It's an invitation to be more internally focused and really go back into our heart space, feel our feelings, and be in touch with our intuition and let our intuition guide us. I like to do a pick a pile reading for this full moon because I feel like it is a collective reading, but each of us may be just in a little bit of a different energy. Some of us may be a little bit more healing and purging, whereas others may be working on manifesting, and others are perhaps still working, or not still, but they are in a process of expanding consciousness. So I feel like there are just like little these are all energies I think we're all going through, especially if you are a seeker or on this path of ascending, or however you would like to call it. So that's why I like to do 3 piles, just because I feel like these different energies are present for us. I don't know which pile is which one, we'll see, and I'll let you pick a pile by choosing 1, 2, and 3. If you don't resonate with the numbers, I have for number 1 this beautiful black moonstone. For pile number 2, this Amazonite. And for pile number 3, this jaspis dinosaur. So I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards that I've already pulled, and then we'll clarify them with tarot. So we're using three cards from the Starseed Oracle deck, the Ancestors and Angels. No. The Angel Power Tarot deck. I will link it below, and the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. So, okay, pile number 1. If you chose the Black Moonstone, we have the card Drum, Dream and Journey. This card speaks to me to follow the rhythm, follow your own cycles, follow the drum of your own heartbeat instead of those of the rhythm of other people. You may have a tendency to do that, and you may have been conditioned to do so. And you're really invited to tune in with yourself and listen to what your needs are at what moment. Then we have the Empress, and she comes in reversed. This is the major arcana, and although it is a tarot deck, it has very much oracle card qualities to me. So I think this may be the card for if you're in a manifesting phase. The Empress is very much a manifesting energy, where the thought and action are coming together into being birthed, in being manifested. This is really like the creative feminine force of Earth. So maybe you're connected to Archangel Gabriel. Look how she's just right in the middle of nature, and also kind of I don't know why it's not out there. Focus a little bit more. I don't know, she's just looking right at you, right? Time, a little bit too close, sorry. Time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. Luxurious or abundant resources. Yeah, I feel like it may be nice for you to be in nature, and also it's really a call to also with this how do you call it? Like a trumpet. It's like a call to let your nature speak. And the way that your nature may speak is if you are starting to create. So be creative. To start to create things. Maybe you really like to draw or play music or sing or dance, like those natural urges that you may feel like, oh, I'm too busy for that. I first have to do the laundry, or I still have to read this article for work, or whatever. But listen to the drum of your, like, listen to the beat of your own drum. And if you can, and this may be a little bit new to do this, follow your own, follow your own rhythm. Okay, and then we have with the heathers, deep. I think it's something. I think it is. I don't know, heather. I keep using this deck while I'm not familiar with all the deities or sacred beings that are coming forward, but there may be a synchronicity here for you. From the imagery, I would say there is a connection to Old Egypt. You may be feeling connected to Egypt all along. Maybe you have a past life connection with it. Deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Yeah, that portal is really standing out here. And this is where, and that mother's milk, right? Like there's this very much, I don't know, maybe you were pregnant with this empress and this portal and this mother's milk. Maybe this is like more like the metaphor of you birthing your project, and it just has to go through that portal, right? And what is helping you to go through that portal is by keep listening to your own inner wisdom. Okay, let's clarify this with a tarot deck, and I am going to use the Rider-Waite-Smith for that. Tell me more. Also about the deep love, right? Like, what do you love doing? What really makes you happy? What makes you like... And it's for each of us, it's different. And it may also be different for you in different moments of your life. There's something about whatever you like to manifest, and if you experience any blockages there because the Empress was in reverse, it may have something to do with how you relate to your mom or a mother figure in your life that is perhaps holding you back a little bit or blocking you from fully stepping to that manifesting energy. And it may show itself in your life as a critical inner voice of not being good enough, that you're not good as others, maybe the belief that you need to heal or that you're not complete before you can actually manifest yourself. So there's something there that likes to be explored. Okay, let's pull a couple of... I'm just gonna pull a couple of cards, whatever messages like to come through. No, I am going to clarify the Empress first. Tell me more about the Empress in reverse for number 1, for those who chose the Black Moonstone. Also very feminine energy, moon energy. Tell me more about the Empress. I think Archangel Gabriel is also the angel that is like the energy that is supporting you if you're an artist or like your creative energies. Tell me more about the Empress in reverse. 5 of Wands in reverse. Ten of Wands. Yeah. And Four of Cups. So I think this is like where perhaps like from our upbringing and from our relationship with our mother and a mother wound, there's something that feels very heavy, and something about maybe you have learned to be very independent, and as much that is a very nice quality to have, to be able to be independent and go through life by yourself without needing others. It shouldn't be like the baseline of your life, because in the end, like, we are all human and people, and we are connected. So it is in relationship with others that we are at our best. And if you're just carrying everything by yourself, you're just depleting yourself. Almost, although you're almost there, you may be very close. So it's also like a message of don't give up. If you feel like whatever you're trying to manifest is not manifesting, you've already done so much work, you've already carrying so much, don't give up. If you are working with a mother wound, I feel like it has something to do with your relation with your mother, that you feel like you have to do everything by yourself. Perhaps your mother wasn't very present for you as in your childhood, or maybe she was in your life but emotionally not supportive or validating. So just ending up in doing things by yourself. And then we have a Five of Wands, another Wands energy. And this is where I think this is where, like, actually it's more like where you start to look at your peers instead of being a possible distraction, or maybe being afraid of being rejected by your peers. And that is why you choose to carry everything by yourself. I feel like that is something that you're letting go of. To really, like, once you do that, when you like show yourself and put yourself in a position where you can also ask for help for others, and or share your ideas about what you would like to manifest. If you drop that attitude about like being defensive, having to do everything by yourself, this is when like that Empress energy, that you're really stepping into that Empress energy. And it's almost as long as you do not recognize your own your capacity to manifest, as long as you don't believe that you are capable of manifesting, it is a little bit like your like universe is here, like ready for you, like a happy puppy ready to play with you, and you're just not looking at it, you're just not recognizing it. So it's almost like this cup that is coming towards you is that creative force that you have, that you perhaps are not recognizing because of that mother wound, perhaps. The fact that the cup, the Four of Cups, is coming in reverse, it's just telling you what you need to do. Like, step away from being a defensive. Be more. It is like you may have more peers and friends and understanding around you than you may initially see. And when you recognize that, that is when you can really step into that Empress energy that you already are. And bringing whatever you're trying to manifest, bring it home. Okay, let's have a look at that Hathor. You might want to look that up. I know that I'm going to look it up after this video. Tell me more about Hathor. Please tell me more about Hathor. Two cards are coming out. King of Swords in reverse, and there's another one jumping out on the floor. I don't know what message that is. Deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. So we have another three energy, which is really that energy of community and tribe. And that is where we're standing alone. This is where we start to collaborate and celebrate and be together. And it's also like the recognition of whatever you are bringing forward here. I really like that energy. Yes, and the King of Swords came in reverse and the Five of Cups came in reverse. I think this is where you let go of whatever emotional wounding, or whatever we feel like we never received as a child in relationship to our mother, like this is where we look up and see what is still there. This is where we stop letting the story of our wounding letting run our life. And the King of Swords in reverse, I think it is actually something that we're letting go of, and that is something that we need to let go of in order to go through that, in order to go through that portal. And I think it's very much related to this energy, because and that's mother wound is coming in this reading big time. I feel like it feels like because your mother wasn't present in a way, in a nourishing and validating way, you may have showed up in a very independent way. Somebody is very capable of navigating in a very strategic way through life, and it has been a strategy that has served you for a long time. But it's also a place where we may be a little bit imbalanced and speak like a little bit like a little bit cold, a little bit harsh, a little bit distant, because we had to carry everything all by ourselves. And I think that's why the King of Swords is in imbalance, and it feels almost like this one you're heal this, and you heal this by softening, by recognizing you no longer need to harness yourself in such a way, and you can let yourself be carried by the people around you, and soften to yourself, soften to the people around you, and follow the drum of your own. No, I keep saying it like this. Keep following the beat of your own drum. And that is like, this is almost like, that is like the opposite almost of this King of Swords energy, which is like planned and clear, as an overview, and like you're following the steps of the plan, and this is almost the opposite of that. And let's clarify that as well, and then we're going to wrap it up with a soul's growth journey oracle card. Soul's growth journey oracle card. This lighting is a little bit weird in my face. And more about the drum. Moon in reverse. Interesting with this full moon. Interesting. Something about that doesn't want to be revealed, perhaps. Maybe you're afraid of your own desires. 8 of Wands in reverse and 8 of Swords. Okay. Yeah. So what is tied to this, to the drum card, is I think there is a fear. Like there are 2 8s here. Super interesting. I think the reason why we are not following the drum of our beat, where we're not following the beat of our drum yet, is because there is a fear around like a concept, like from our mind space, birthed or rooted in that energy of not being seen by our mom, which has made you go through life in a very independent but somewhat cold and detached way. So almost like believing like, oh, those pleasures are not for me. If I lose myself in doing that, I'm losing control, and I'm losing like then I'm losing like the base of my life. But this is our programming. All these swords are programming, and we're just like, if you would take off that blindfold, you could just walk away, and you could even cut away those cords with the swords around you, right? And these are our passions. This is, I think, like once you start to take off that fold and step away, this is when our passions and those like the desires, but also the joy and perhaps the bliss that you have cut yourself away from out of fear, what may surface to you. That is why it has been very difficult to connect to that beat of the drum. Yes, I said it right, to the beat of the drum. But it's really like that, but it is the beat of the drum, listening to that, stepping away from the control and the plan or the illusion of control, stepping more into that intuitive and flowy and creative energy, in order to step into this Empress energy, stepping into this portal and birthing energy, really, right? Okay, let's wrap this up with an oracle card of the soul's journey, soul's growth journey. I'll link it below. I'm gonna stop trying to say it in the videos because I'm so bad at it. I'm just gonna link all the oh, that's too many cards. All the decks below. What is any advice, any message in regards to this deck or to this breath? Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. That's so funny. Because I really felt like it was a manifesting, the pile for people who are trying to manifest something. And of course we see in everything that there is the theme of healing, but also the theme of expansion. They're all related. But I think this is, if you're trying to manifest and it's not working, it is because there's still some healing to do and some growth and expansion, awareness of what is still unconscious playing out in your life. And that is your block. Okay, I hope this was helpful. And then if you're not moving on to the reading of pile 2 and 3, then I hope to see you soon. Bye. Okay, pile number 2, or if you chose the Amazonite, let's look what oracle cards are here for you. And starting with this one, Traveler. Oh, this card has been showing up before. Maybe move in a new direction. Let's see what it's about. Coming in reverse. Deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Yeah, this looks like there may be some healing in regards to timeline jumping as well. Ace of Ariel, earthy energy. It's your lucky day, new resources of money, time or support, a change in job or a promotion. Very interesting energy here. Yeah, there's something about like if you are like for some reason, if you're feeling you are ready for a change, and it can be a different job, it can be a different house, it can be I don't know, maybe you want to travel or maybe you want to go on holiday for a little while, and somehow, I mean, the card is in reverse, there's like some sort of idea perhaps attached to it that you cannot do it. And it's just like, you know, the resources are here for you. So it's just a way of, it's not a way. It's just like, saying a lot, I'm sorry. If you are holding yourself back, if you're not doing what you really feel like you need to be doing at this moment, whether that's traveling or finding a new job or a new apartment or whatever, and it is tied to the idea that you don't have enough money, there is, like, you just have to ask for it or you just have to manifest it. And the way that we manifest is in different ways. However, there's still also this message of emotional healing, deep cellular healing. Such a beautiful card, right? Like this butterfly person there. And there's another portal. If you saw pile number 1, you also saw that portal, and there's another portal here. But I feel like this is, like I already said it has something to do with timelines. Like you can just keep jumping in different timelines, and it looks like now you're in a timeline where there may be some blockages around abundant, like a mentality of abundance, because it is available to you. If you keep believing that you don't have the money to travel, you won't be traveling. But if you are open to the abundance that just is, then you can just very easily change that timeline and you'll be traveling, or you'll be in a new house. Let's have a look at this. Physical and emotional healing. So it is something about that. It may be deeply ingrained within the system, that idea of not having enough, that money is scary, that money is difficult, you have to work really hard for money, and then maybe like an ancestral wound, something that has been it is like in your heritage, like in your, even like in your physical heritage, like there are still like knots and contractions that are related to let abundance flow into your life. I'm going to clarify with this one. No, I'm gonna pick another deck. I'm gonna pick up the Modern Witch Tarot deck. Maybe you're even going to travel because you have a new job. Okay, I wanted to look at the deep cellular healing. There's a lot to do with your mindset as well. If you are interested in reading more about that, you can read Becoming Supernatural of Joe Dispenza. Does it really, I'm still reading it, but what I really like is the idea that he presents, or the idea, like the mechanisms of how our brain and thoughts are communicating with our body, and it causes a chemical reaction that is actually changing our cellular, how do you say that? I don't have my words. Just how the way like our cells are communicating with one another. And then once they are communicating in a certain way, they also communicate to the brain, and then kind of reconfirm the initial thought that had caused the emotional state that is changing the shape or the chemical structure, that was the word I was looking for before, of your cells. So it is a loop where you're actually getting yourself stuck in. Okay, we have the Hermit in reverse. So there may be a little bit of not being in touch with yourself, or a need to come out of your house. Either way. Too many cards. 2 more cards, please, for cellular healing. Tell me more about cellular healing. Tell me more about cellular healing. By the way, like all the figures on the 3 oracle cards, they're all women. Like just like the physical representation. I don't know if that is saying anything to you. Just mentioning it. 2 of Cups, okay, cool. 2 of Cups has been showing up a lot. I think there's a need, there's a need to dive deeper into your shadow side of yourself. And the Tower, yes. Okay, there may be, and that's probably the reason why you're not doing it, because intuitively you know that when you start to dig in deep into your inner truth, it will change something, and it will most likely change the story that we like to present to the world. And we like to present it because that's how we have been going through life most of our time, so that's what we're feeling comfortable with. and it's very uncomfortable to see that solid foundation crumble. But that's the, yeah, so this, it's really like it's an invitation to do the inner work and really like face your fears. And this is also where, and once you do that, there are parts of you that are reclaimed, and where you can step into unity consciousness. It's really very healing, but you do need to be connected to yourself in order to see the parts that you like, the parts that you like, and the parts that you don't like or are afraid of. The Fool just showed itself, is saying it. Tell me more about the Traveler, please. Tell me more about the Traveler. Please tell me more about the Traveler. Six of Wands in reverse. Tell me more about the Traveler. Knight of Wands in reverse. And one more, please tell me more about the Traveler. 10 of Wands. Wow, 10 of Wands showed up in number 1 as well. There is just this, like, you can't follow your passions. You don't see any success of yourself getting where you want to be, because it is somehow you make it something very difficult. And that is why this is like you're stuck on that timeline. Sorry, I'm just getting a little bit feisty or angry about this. Like, don't keep yourself stuck on this timeline where you're not living your dreams. And I'm not talking about fantasy, but I'm talking about your deepest desire, which is a blueprint of what you're here to do on this earth plane. You look how I don't know, I feel like I was frowning pretty severely. I don't know, I didn't see it myself. Yeah, and there's this this programming needs to be healed, and it's so deeply ingrained in our system that we're just keeping stuck and not doing what we really want to do. For who? For your boss, for your mother, for your father, for your partner, for your best friend? For who? You're really here to live your life, right? I mean, that is what we're here for. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to get all riled up there. There's like this fiery energy. You may be a fire sign that this is dealing like your fire is being stifled. Like a fire that can only smoke in and never really fully gets to burn. Yeah, like this, you know, and when it starts to burn, it may collapse. You know, and I think it's a good collapse, because this is a collapse of whatever is holding you back. Ace of Ariel. Let's have a look at that. A little bit more of a, I don't know. I'm afraid a little bit now what's showing up. But it seems to be a very, very positive energy, right? It's your lucky day. Maybe you find coins on the floor, like this. Okay. 3 of Swords. Whoa, what is kind of card format is this? Is too many? Tell me more about Ace of Ariel. I actually think it came in reverse. I'm not sure. Ace of Ariel. Tell me more about Ace of Ariel, please. The Star in reverse. I always... Oh, again. And the Wheel of Fortune shows itself, and the Devil. Tell me more about the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, Okay, the Wheel of Fortune comes out again. Yeah, so it's time to move on. It's time to change your timeline. Sorry, I don't mean to yell. And there is this fear of loss, of grief, of things letting go, which is are holding you back from moving on. But it is all available to you. Everything that you want is available to you. You just have to believe it. And it is almost like you're just... It's so... I don't know. It's just making me a little bit sad. Because there is just... I feel like there are some big dreams for you. And they're all available to you right now in this moment. But there is this deep belief that is never going to happen for you. And it's just not... and it may be related to an experience in the past where you have burnt yourself in trying to pursue your dreams. And it's keeping, like you're keeping yourself small. And there's really this supportive energy of you doing what you makes you happy. Let's see. Yes, there's time for that. I just want to see what that tower moment looks like. Tell me more about the tower. Tell me more, because there's some fear around that, and which is understandable. How does that tower look like? How does that tower look like? And even that hurt may be related to some sort of important connection, like a soulmate connection, maybe a friendship, maybe a romantic connection. How often can I say connection? Hierophant. Yeah, this has to do with programming from patriarchal society, where you're just being stifled. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Too many again. I don't know if it is clumsy or the cards just wanna vomit. Okay, this one is clear. And 5 of Swords. It feels like self-sabotage. Keeping yourself small. Even before you started kind of feeling like giving up before it even began. And this is something that has been... I think there's something to do with your, possibly with the upbringing, conditioning, school, or an experience that has taught you not to... just to keep yourself small. And if you keep yourself small, it's also like kind of like playing safe, because if you're playing safe, you cannot fail. That is that tower. This is what you're letting go of. I just want to see that 2 of Cups quickly too. Tell me more about the 2 of Cups. Tell me more about the 2 of Cups. Oh, 10 of Cups. That does feel like a love connection. Maybe past life. 2 of Pentacles. Karmic and Queen of Pentacles. Wow, there is this... once you're connected and once you're really like... this is somebody who can manifest, right? This is somebody who's holding and who's in flow, and who's somebody who's in connection, and who knows how to divide and focus their time and energy to be manifesting their dream. That may be related to another person. And I think that may also be where maybe you have been hurt in the past in a very important connection with somebody else, and it has caused you to disconnect from yourself. Like, yeah, and that's, I think that is like what makes me really sad about it. It's like you stopped believing in yourself, and this person may have really like gaslighted you, make you feel very small and unworthy. Whether this is a love relationship or maybe a parental figure, and that is really like it needs deep healing. I'm really sorry for you. I'm just, this is making me really sad. But I think there is this encouraging message, like, and it's easy to say believe in yourself. But it is like, I think the message is like, don't give up on yourself. And like, whatever you want to move towards to, like whether it's traveling to a different timeline in which you have more faith and confidence in yourself to start to manifest your life in a way that you really wish, or what you're carrying in your heart, and to bring that out into the world, is this energy too. And there's a very supportive energy to move on from believing that your dreams aren't for you into a place where you're moving to whatever your dream is. I don't know, I hope it makes any sense. I hope it resonates for you. Or no, I hope it helps you if it resonates. Okay, number 2, Amazonite is also, I received this from a dear friend, and one of the qualities of this stone is to support you through a loss or emotional, when it's emotionally like there's havoc in your life, and to support you through that and support you emotionally. I think you can use that. Anyone can, but I don't know, like with this cellular healing, it seems pretty tough, and it may be like a lot of intense emotions or memories show up. Okay, number 2, Amazonite. I wish you well, and hope to see you soon again if you're not moving on to pile number 3. Bye. If you chose number 2, I'm sorry, I apologize. I forgot to wrap it up with a message or advice from spirits in regards to the spread, so I will be doing that right now. Any advice or message for number 2 for the Amazonites? Any advice for the spread in regards to the spread of number 2, Amazonite? Regret. I know I cannot change the past. Yeah. So what this card says is there may be some healing around the first 2 chakras. So the pelvic floor area and the sexual center that may be needing healing. So you can look up meditations online or a healer who can help you with this. And it also says stop living in the past, and that is what you can heal. Like, your body is still living in the past, and it's literally holding you back from moving forward and living your life as your life wants to flow. Stop living in regret. Okay. Take care. Okay, last but not least, number 3, or if you chose this kick-ass jaspis dinosaur. Okay, so I feel like number 1 was the manifestation. The people are like the collective that is working with manifestation right now. Number 2 with the Amazonite was very much about healing, and so now I wonder if this is going to coincide with the collective that is working on expanding consciousness. So let's see what's coming up. And we have She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. Whoo! I like that. I really like this card. And also notice this full moon here. Yeah, so let that, like, yeah, this feels very liberating and free to me. And then divine guidance. Dang, beautiful. Archangel Sandalphon. This may be a guide, spirit guide working with you. I am not familiar with Sandalphon, but I will definitely look him up. Notice the purple, although this is also just an indication of this particular deck that it is a major arcana card. And it is a tarot deck, but I like to use this, I don't know, as an oracle as well, because there's so many oracle kind of qualities to it. And what I really like, there's like this arc right here behind this person, like the Arc de Triomphe. There's also one in New York, I know, but it is in all three piles there is a portal or some sort of a gate showing up in the card. So I feel like collectively we're ready to move, to change, to go, like some sort of birthing energy, where we're ready to step into a new modality, I guess, of life. Okay, the search for meaning in life, consider an alternative approach, surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. Okay, definitely expansion of consciousness. This is also in a tarot it would be called the Hierophant, so it's very much about spiritual teacher growth. It could also be an indication of patriarchy, but so far I really feel like it has more to do with spiritual growth. And then we have Forge, don't follow. Wow! Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. I mean, this is manifesting. This is certainly also manifesting energy, but also like, look at all that purple, and this is not very much purple, but just look at these two. It just like you know, I feel like you've already been learning a lot and growing a lot, and perhaps been looking up to a teacher which has helped you to get as far as you are at this moment. But it's really time to listen to your inner wisdom, and it's maybe a little bit wild, like that wolf, right? But it's really time to step into our own wisdom. It doesn't mean like you need to step into a role of a guru or spiritual leader or teacher, but really by just doing, by being, and others may follow. If it, whatever you are manifesting, whatever you are communicating in your acts and the way you talk, is what resonates. Okay, let's clarify this. I'm going to use the Gilded for this. Tell me more about the She-Wolf. Okay, 3 are flipped around right away. They're all in reverse. 5 of Cups in reverse, 4 of Wands in reverse, and the Fool in reverse. Yeah, so with unleashing like that She-Wolf, that may be like, you know, it may be this little voice inside that it may be a little bit irresponsible. So I think with the Fool in reverse, it just says something about, you know, you don't just have to jump in foolishly, you can still explore. So if you are, you know, when you are paving a new path, so you are manifesting something, right? Start to explore, start to do your research. And this is very much like talking to me about be the leader you wish you never had. You may have lost something in a relationship. It may even be like in a very dear connection that you had, that you looked at that person, maybe even like a romantic relationship, that you have looked at your significant other as a teacher, which may have been lost, and you may have learned from that relationship as well. And instead of crying over and being stuck in like, I am stuck, or I cannot do what I want to do because I had nobody ever teaching me, it's ready to let that go and build a new foundation with the Four of Wands that is built on what makes you happy and is perhaps like outside of what patriarchy is has taught us. And that is why it's wild, because you're stepping out of the box. I think that is, and yeah, really be in touch with yourself. The fact that you're already connected to this is already saying that you've been doing a lot of healing. Doesn't mean that there's never any healing to be done, but at this point you're just ready to be playful and let life play through you, and don't let yourself be held back by the belief that you still need to learn more. Like, there's at some point you've learned enough. No, we always keep learning, but there is some point that you need to step out of the shadow of your teacher and show yourself, and following that path outside of the shadow of the teacher. And I don't mean it as something negative, but just like kind of hiding behind the teacher, right? It may be, yeah, I don't know. I lost a thought. Okay, let's clarify the divine guidance. It will get back if it needs to be expressed. The devil in reverse, yes. Releasing any attachments or any blockages that have like keep us from expressing ourselves, giving expression to us as we are, or keeping ourselves stuck in connections that are no longer serving us. Very liberating energy with the devil in reverse, or habits and patterns that are keeping us stuck, or the belief that we can only grow behind a teacher, following a teacher. We're really like, in the end, we are our own teacher, and without being egotistical, we are not our own teacher. But I mean, it's like, once you are connected, then everything can be your teacher, and it doesn't have to be a teacher in a form of a person. Strength, yes, connecting to your inner strength, trusting your intuition, being in connection, and Seven of Wands. This feels a little bit like that. You're stepping out of that hiding behind the teacher, standing on higher ground. Maybe, it's also like, it's very safe if you're hiding behind the teachings of somebody else. It's very easy to fend off anybody who is disagreeing with you. So it's a little bit like you're finding your inner strength to speak your own truth, and you're in a place where you're willing to take a risk that not everybody is agreeing with you. And once you start to do that, that is when you are starting to manifest a new path. I really like it. Oh, and that is something like, and this is where like that expansion of consciousness is, because you experience a new aspect of yourself, and experiencing a new aspect is widening the horizon of the reality. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Forge, don't follow. Tell me more about Forge, don't follow. Knight of Cups. Bringing your heart into whatever you're bringing forward. Five of Pentacles. Lack mentality. It is lack mentality to belief that you need to follow somebody, that you are not good enough to be forging your own path. So bring your heart into it. Just like trust. And I feel like it is like super, like I'm feeling just like this butterflies in my lower belly because it's just super scary. And it's this kind of fear or anxiety that is a good indication because it shows that it is something that you really want. Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords in reverse. I really like it. Whatever you have in the past, whatever has stabbed you in the back and has defeated you, you're letting go of that energy. And that is like mostly here related to the lack mentality. And really like just, it's a little bit brass, is that a word? And it's a little bit bold and a little bit young, like we're not a king yet or a queen, but yeah, bringing your heart into whatever you're going to bring forward. Wow, this is I think this is the shortest reading of all three. Is there anything I'd like to clarify? Perhaps the devil was clear. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to wrap this up with an oracle card. I'm sorry, I think like number one, if you were watching number one, this video is very much just like following the beat of my own drum. I don't feel I'm very organized or controlled here. Okay. In this reading, happiness. And it's all about like the heart space with all that green, right? Follow your heart. See the colors here too with all the green. Widen your perspective. I'm aware that being happy means that I'm on the right path. Wow. A new path. That's a funny sync. Okay, I hope this was helpful to you. Please like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. It's really helping the channel. If number 3 didn't resonate with you, or any of the numbers that you picked didn't resonate with you, if you're still watching this, then you can always pick a different number. I wish you a beautiful new moon. Full moon, I mean, in Pisces. And I hope to see you soon. Bye.